All right. Hello, everyone. You are watching Chaos is Crafting, and I am Kayla. I am the Chaos. I am also not feeling very well today, so I may seem a little off. It's just I do not feel good. Um, I made my partner breakfast for his birthday. That was 2 days ago. Um, and as soon as I sat down to eat, I just started feeling really, really bad. So I am in my bedroom in my comfy chair, and we're gonna color for a little bit. So I'm going to be coloring in Manga Mania. And I wanted to try out my Posca pencils. I got the 32 set, and I haven't really found a coloring medium that I really like for this book. I've tried quite a few things, so I'm hoping that this will be the color pencil set that I like. Because these are double-sided pages, I can't use alcohol markers in them, and I don't really like water-based markers. So yeah, this page I started on the other side. This is my, oh my gosh, my polychromos from Faber-Castell. So they're probably the better pencils that I've used so far in this book, but I still don't quite like them. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start with this color. It is 34. I don't have the actual color name with me right now, and the pencils don't say anything other than right on the back. Oh my gosh, it's actually kind of hard to show you guys. Right there, 34. And it is like a darker lavender, maybe like a lilac color. I don't. Oh, Sasha, are you good, bud? Jesus Christ. The blind cat, just dove headfirst off the bed. Oh gosh. This one is oh my gosh, 54, and it is a pinky flesh tone. I'm just putting this down as my neutral base, and then I'll go in with shadows and some deeper skin tones to liven up her skin. trying to get the rough colors put down. Ouch. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. She does not want to be up there, Bubs. I don't know if Appa can make her stay. So, what's wrong with this book is right, like, I'm trying to build this color up, and I already feel like the tooth of the paper is completely smashed down. Um, and like, it is incredibly hard to layer this blue and really fill in that tooth. Um, these pencils are, I'm not going to say they're amazing at keeping a point, but they are between a polychromo and a Prisma. They're not the hardest pencil I've ever used, but they're also not super duper soft and delicate like the Prismas are. So it is kind of hard to keep this sharp point on here to where you feel like you can get in and like flatten the tooth, and like you can kind of see where the page almost looks like I'm starting to chew it up. I do kind of wonder if I put, is this, yeah, okay. I'm gonna try this out. I'm going to use my Derwent Inktense. I'm going to try to put down some of the deep indigo. And then take my water brush to it and see if that can help with the chewed up look of the page. Okay. I actually think I really like that. Okay. So I will finish building the blue, and then I will go over what needs to be gone over with my Derwent ink tenses, and then I'll activate that with water. But I do kind of like how that helped to fill in the gaps, and then once that dries completely, I think I can just easily put another color over it to help blend it. So that's pretty much, I think, what we're going to do with that. Okay. Let's see. That is white green. Okay, that's also quite green. Okay. Honeybee, you okay? Okay. So I think I've done that the gradient too small. Go lay in your crate. Go. Go. Off the bed, please. Off the bed. Go. My dog has a tendency to regurgitate things, especially since she's been sick. And so that's pretty much what I was telling her to do, is get off the bed because she is gagging. So she just went into her crate where all she has in her crate is the plastic liner for the crate. And yeah, so if she needs to be sick, she'll go lay in there for like 20-30 minutes. She'll pop her head back in here and I will let her back on my bed, assuming she doesn't throw up. And that's pretty much our whatchamacallit, our little song and dance we do, I suppose, is a way to call it. Our routine. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. I do like this color. I think this color so far seems to really like blend pretty nicely in this book. The color feels a little bit creamier, a little less dry. Okay. Let's see. I really do like these Posca pencils. If you want something um, that's not super expensive, but also not like super duper cheap, I do recommend these Poscas. Um, I got them from Amazon. I can't remember off the top of my head how much they were, but I do feel like they were worth the price. The only thing is, I would really like if Posca came out with an expanded selection, or like even like a part like this. Their first set is like part one. The next set is like part two, and it gives essentially is the same color lineup, and it just gives different like a darker set or a lighter set, you know. Um or like I do think they need more purples. Um They have a good amount of blues, greens, yellows. I think they need more browns. The ochres are supposed to be, I think they're a part of their browns, but I really just don't like the ochres for their browns. But that's just a me thing. Um, they could do some more grays, especially like French grays, those almost, oh my gosh, like almost like the brown based grays. I definitely think that would help. um, so yeah, I do really like the Posca pencils. In my opinion, there definitely is room for improvement, but I mean, with a 32 set, there's always room for improvement. My main thing would be more purples and more pinks. I would a like a violet, and like dark purples, because the only purples in the set are this one, and this one, but these are more pinky purple than anything, and I would prefer more blue purples. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. I need that little light that I have. Actually, okay. 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 Not the neatest way to do that, but you know what? Who cares? Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna let that area dry. This one. Oh no. God, I love, okay, so these, these color pencil cases are my favorite. They are the speedball ones, the smaller ones, and I love them. I love how small they are. I have a very hard time finding compact ones. This is almost too thick for me. Yeah, I like the 120 one, but it's so expensive. I actually got really lucky. I found one in Michael's once with the with all the tags and whatnot ripped off of it in the $2 bin, like the clearance section. And I think someone did that to like come back and get it. And so I went up to him and I'm like, hey, this was in the clearance thing, and they literally just like let me buy it for $2. And so I have the 121, but the bands on it, until they start getting worn out, they literally break my tips of my lid. And I hate that so much. What one is lighter? Okay, so I'm going to start coloring these roses down at the bottom of the page. I'm going to use 15 and 16. Let's see. 16 is lighter than 15. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the camera shaking. I am charging my phone. Stop. Stay. Okay, and I also grabbed pencil 66 for a lighter red. Oh, my head. Ouch. Okay. me see. Okay. 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 So the 4 colors that I'm using for this rose, which will be how I do all the other roses, which I'll probably do them off camera because they take quite a while for me to do, is 16, 15, 66, and 24. So it is a, okay, let's see, dark purpley red, darker, or sorry, this is the darkest. It is 15. It is a dark purpley red. 16 is a dark orangey red. Black, and then this pinky coral color for the very tips and the little highlights. So, what am I thinking about the Posca pencils for this book? I think as of right now, I like them the best for this book specifically. This paper is so slick. I definitely think it is more for markers. I think it would do really well if you like to use markers, especially water-based markers, because you can't really do alcohol markers unless you're going to buy a second book so that you can ensure you know every single page that you want to do you can do. Let's see, that doesn't look too bad. Let me take my colorless blender, which is somewhere right there. Okay. So this is my colorless blender. It's my favorite one that I've used. I've only used 2. This one is Kui Noir Hart Muff Tritone. It's from my Tritone palette, and it is definitely my favorite one that I've used. I don't know if they sell these on their own. I do need to look into that because I like this one the best. I think it works the best. But yeah, I do think that I like these pencils for this book. It's gonna take a little longer for me to decide, but as of right now, I'm thinking that yes, I like these better than the Prismacolors. All right, let's see. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if you guys actually just saw me coloring that. Okay. Okay. It is looking a little patchy. I don't know what the solution to that will be. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this literally, with how much I've built these layers up right here with these pencils, it honestly feels like a Prismacolor, and that is very weird because this is absolutely not a Prismacolor, but because this paper is so, like, there's hardly any tooth. And how you can gauge tooth is this. You really just go very lightly over the paper, and what is left in between all the color is the tooth. So let me see. What do I have in here? All right. Hannah Carlson books. I love her paper. it is quite different. It's not, it doesn't have the biggest tooth. Let me see. I have a couple pages in here going of what I've been coloring on my own time. No. Seriously? What is... Okay, this is fine. And so, let's do it right here. So you can see that that and that are a little different. You can see the tooth a little bit more. You can see the shapes a little bit more defined. Like I said, Hannah Carlson, I love her paper, but her paper doesn't have the a lot of tooth. And then you can see this one where, like, here, let's see if I can even this out a little bit more. Don't want it too dark. Okay. But like you can see some of the shapes, and it doesn't really, the white in it isn't very, like there's not different layers to the, hold on. Okay. So this is Canson cold press watercolor paper. Okay. So that is one layer. All of the white in between is the texture with the tooth, right? And so what the color is doing this first pass is just sitting on the top layer of the like little mountains. Okay, so we're just considering, okay, so like, okay, it's not what it actually looks like, but like let's pretend that this is the tooth of the paper, right? So when you're coloring your first layer, your color is going to sit right here. And so in the valleys, that is where the white is. And so on the second pass, so this is number 1. So then, and again, the color, it gets deeper. Number 2. Okay. And then on the third pass, and again, you can see the teeth, like the color is still deepening and we're not anywhere near flattening the tooth. So when you burnish, that is when you say, okay, I have all the color that I want. Let me do one more layer and then we will burnish it at the 5th layer. Right, so 3, and then right there, so number 4, and there's not that much different between 3 and 4. And then 5 is we're burnishing, right? And so we're flattening that tooth. The paper is now flat, and we're taking the texture out of the paper. So number 5 plus burnish. Okay. And so that is the tooth of the paper. And this is what you want, because the bigger the tooth, or I guess like the more texture the tooth gives, then the more color that you can add. So like this is really thick. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so if we, nope, yep. And this is all just self-taught. This is what I've picked up in the videos that I've watched by artists. This isn't me understanding this, being classically trained as an artist. So you need that caveat, right? So number one, if we burnish paper, so with one layer, that's the burnish. So you can see that there's still a bunch of white. It's all one layer now. Yeah, there's still going to be white that you can see through. Two is where we start to close the white. It's where the blue starts to be, there's more cover in this area when we burnish it down to one level. And then for three, again, barely any white is left. There we go. And then four, still the color is deepening, and there's hardly any white. And so then the five and the burnish, and we'll just try to kind of see, it doesn't really do anything. If anything, it's just pulling up the thickness, like it's just pulling up color to kind of like, because it's so thick. Yeah. So, I mean, this is why having coloring pages with teeth are really important. It's why some people will photocopy coloring pages and print them on paper that they like better. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I don't do that. It's a waste of paper. I'm just going to color in the book and make the best of it. But you can tell the difference between how but you can tell the difference between how saturated this is with the burnish versus this is. And then if we really were to look into it, let's see, you can see the texture looks a little the coloring looks a little sloppy. It's incredibly hard to be even on this kind of texture where there is, like, you can see the texture on this paper, right? There's really no texture on this paper that you can really see. It's very minimal. And so that's what makes it hard to do multiple layers and to make color really pop well and stand out. And so that's why I said I need to have a little bit more time with this these pencils in the book. I do think so far, out of all my pencils that I've used, I like probably the polychromos are still going to be first, and then I think it'll be the poscas. So yeah, that's about that. I'm going to stop here, and I will continue coloring both of these with you guys a bit and on my own a bit. And so we will eventually finish these up. Let's see. This one was with my Cretacolor, I believe. And then I do have, where is it? This one I started with Prismacolors. My favorite, this one now, this is polychromos, polychromos and Prismacolors, I believe. A mix of both. And then this one is probably my favorite one. And this is, oh gosh, what is this? You can see how hard I had to press on his hair. Let's see, right there. Like, that's not just me coloring like the texture into his hair. That's literally the pencils scarring the paper. What is that? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Some of the purple is my Harmonious palette. I know that. Some of these are, I think these colors right here are Prismas. But I feel like I had other, I don't remember. They might be Prismas with my, along with my all the glitter on this one is my Ohuhu glitter markers. 10 out of 10. I cannot say enough good things about them. I love those markers, but you need to put a color down beforehand or else they will bleed through. Like this one right here. That is starting to bleed through, and then that was bleeding through as well because I didn't put the color down. There's a little bit of bleed through up in her hat right there because there was no color down. So yeah, I really, if you're gonna get this, just understand that you might not like the mediums that you have for this book, but I do really like it. It's very challenging to color in, and like this page is not great. I'm gonna try to fix it, but like right here it did not pan out the way I was trying to pan it out. Yeah, not my favorite. This is my favorite so far in this book. It is so fun, and just I think it looks the best. It's got sparkles. Definitely my favorite so far right now. But yeah, just know that this is a challenging coloring book. That's it. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you could like, subscribe, comment, that would really help me. I'm developing a podcast right now. I will be putting my audio with videos of me coloring on here, and then I will also be uploading it to all the other major podcasting apps. So yeah, if you could really like, subscribe, you know, keep an eye out for it. I'm really hoping that to make this my job, and just to keep my other job at as little hours as I have for insurance purposes only. I'm severely burnt out of the medical profession, and I really, really, really would love to be able to take a break from it. So yeah, I will see you guys for the next video. Thank you all and have a great day.